What's up, family? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Eric Terry Sr. We're going to get some more people on. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. Alright guys, as you know, we talked about Marriage Blueprint on last week, and we're going to continue that this week. Hey Tracy, we're great, we're doing great, hope the same for you guys. Alright guys, I'm going to give a few people a couple more minutes. First off, let me say this. Thank you guys so much for joining us each week. We're getting some really great feedback so far. Letting us know that people are really enjoying this. Hey baby, my boo is on here. Hot dog. Alright. So we're going to kick this off at the 2-minute mark, guys. Give me about 15 more seconds. What's up, Josh? Hey man, I gotta keep it flowing, man. I gotta keep it flowing. I'm gonna talk about that though. So check me out. Check me out. Is my music too loud? Am I good? Hey Damon, I did, man. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to text you back. I completely forgot, but I'll hit you back right after this. Alright guys, it is. Am I good? Alright. My wife's in the other room. Alright guys, today is March 7th, 2017. Last week we talked about the Marriage Blueprint. We discussed basically the blueprint is what a marriage should look like, or what you need, the pieces that you need when you. Here's the problem with marriage, with most marriages. We have a picture of what something looks like. Imagine a picture of a building, say a picture of a building, if you will. You have this great, beautiful picture of this building, but what you don't have is all the intricate pieces that went into designing and making the building. So what we get from the outside is this look of a beautiful edifice, this great building, but we don't understand all the things that had to go in to take place to set the foundation before it came on. Sitting on lunch break. Listen up, Kevin. What's up, man? Good to see you, Odom. So think about that, guys. Think of marriage as this building. Hey, Marion. Still speaking to everybody. Think of marriage as this great building. You're seeing this amazing facility, but you have no idea what it took to build it. All we know is it's a building that we want to use, we want to go into because it's a nice setup. But there's something that the architects and the builders had to use called a blueprint that told them how these things were going to be interconnected, how the plumbing was going to flow in the building, how the electronics were going to flow in the building, if they had skylights, solar systems, whatever it was. The blueprint gives them detail on the inner workings. Remember I said that. It's the inner workings of what and how that building is designed. I said this last week and I'm going to say it again. If you do not know how something is designed, you're going to use it in dysfunction. Let me say it again. If you don't know how something or understand how something is designed, you're going to use it in dysfunction. Think about this. Has anybody on here ever used a chair as a desk? We've all done it. You'll turn around, you'll grab a piece of paper, put it in the chair, and start trying to write. Or you'll put a laptop in it, trying to type on the chair. What happens? It's uncomfortable. It's sometimes it just doesn't work because the computer is flip flopping. The paper is coming out with the print of the chair from the wood and whatever design is on the chair. Why? Because the chair wasn't designed to be used as a table. That's the table's job. So we've got to understand the inner workings and understand the design of marriage before we can make a marriage work. Guys, and listen to me, I failed at this horribly for years, but I had no one to teach me. No one was talking about this stuff. I had no clue. No one was telling me the design of marriage. No one was telling me how it worked. But watch this. People tell you you can't do something without seeing it. You can't do something or be something you've never seen. Well, that's true in some cases, but watch this. I watched my dad be a great husband and great father. But guess what? I didn't know how to duplicate it. I saw him do it. I'll be 45 years old this year. I've watched him do it for 45 years. But guess what? I did not know how he did it. And here was the thing. Because he was still learning, he couldn't really teach me. He didn't know how to teach me. Okay? So we've got to understand what the inner workings of marriage are. Let me go ahead and set this up real quick. Marriage is designed for two selfless people. Let me say it again. Marriage is designed for two selfless, not selfish, selfless. Let me give it to you this way. As the youngest of three sons, I was a very spoiled kid. I mean, it wasn't like I got everything I wanted, but some of it. But there were a lot of things that I didn't really know how the time frame or how things should really work, because it was kind of given to me because of the time frame, because of my age and my, like there were things that my middle brother couldn't do until he got to a certain age with my older brother. But watch this. When it came time for me to get that chance, I went into it when my middle brother did. He didn't see that was fair, and it wasn't. I look back at it now, and it really wasn't fair. He had to wait his time frame for my older brother to be able to stay up later. But all of a sudden, when he got his chance, I was right there with him, and he didn't understand that. So yeah, I was a little spoiled. So imagine me taking that spoiled younger child syndrome into marriage. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You become, or you're dealing with, a spoiled man who is expecting to have his way in his house the way he wants it. We have to understand, listen, marriage is about what you provide for the other person. Watch this. Husbands, hear me well. Husbands, what your wife does for you is none of your business. I know I'm messing somebody up with that one. What your wife does for you is none of your business. Your only concern is what you do for her. Period. Ladies, same scenario. The only thing that matters when it comes to you is what you do for him. It's not about what he does for you. That's none of your business. That's between him and God. Let God deal with him on that. But now watch this. If you can't teach him, if you're not teaching him what he needs to do for you, well, you just messed up. You have to be able to teach that person how to love you. I put up a post last night. I thank God for my pastor, Pastor David Banks. I thank God for him. If you're looking for him, he's Noble King on Facebook. But listen, that's my pastor. That's my dude. But last night I made a post that said, I thank God for a pastor who was willing to train me and trust me. He was willing to train me and trust me. Watch this. Husbands, wives, listen to what I'm about to say. You have to be willing to train and trust your spouse. Man, if y'all ain't got a pen by now writing a keyboard, something, you need to be typing this stuff out. I'm just saying. You need to be able to train and trust your spouse. Now, when I say train, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about control. I'm talking about teaching them how to love you. I'm talking about teaching them your love language. Teaching them what you need from them. Teaching them what you expect from them. Give them those tools so that they can take the information, hold it, learn it, absorb it. Now, they can now take this and turn it around to bless you with it. But I can't bless you when you haven't told me how you want to be blessed. God can. See, because I know somebody religious mind is saying, well, God say any way you bless me. Yes, any way God blesses you, I'll be satisfied with whatever God gives me. But listen to me. Don't be satisfied with anything that your spouse gives you. It's your fault if they don't know. Teach them. Now, if they're unwilling to learn and not willing to do it, then that's on them. But do your part by teaching them what they need to learn. Man, Tracy, perfect. It's hard to do and not offend. Listen to me carefully. When you are in training mode with your spouse, take your emotions, as my brother used to say, put your emotions in your pocket. Put it in your pocket. You are trying to teach the person that you are planning to spend the rest of your life with how you want to be loved for the rest of your life. Suck it up, buttercup. This is real life. This is real. Guys, this is why I call this real talk. This is because, listen, if somebody's not in your face telling you this stuff, some of y'all will just rush right past it. Oh, he preached a good sermon. No, I'm not preaching. I'm telling you something that I know. I'm telling you something I failed at multiple times. Now that I got it, guess what? My wife is getting the benefits of it. Why? Because I've listened to her. I've watched her. I'm learning her. I now know what it is that she needs. Now watch this. Even as it changes. Because guess what? It's gonna change. What she needs from me today, she may not need tomorrow. But watch this. I feel like I need to say this. Be careful that you're not repeating the same thing because that's what you've always done. Don't get in that rut. Look, my baby said it gets easier with practice. It really does, guys. But listen, it's practice. It's consistency. No basketball player, no football player, no sports athlete has ever gotten anywhere without practice. Why is it do we think we can get married and it's going to just work? We got this. I got this covered. It's just going to happen. And we don't know how to make it happen. It's not. And big mama, granddad, uncle, now, they can't teach you this. Why? Because no one taught them. But that's why we're here. That's what we do. So please understand, it is your responsibility to teach them. So watch this. God, this wasn't even in my notes. This is what I'm supposed to be talking about tonight. But I sense this thing. Okay. So as you're teaching each other and you're learning that thing about each other, what they need and what they're needing from you and what you're supposed to be providing from them. Excuse me. What do? What happens if the husband is doing all this, trying his best to teach and learn from her and pick up all these things that he's doing, everything that he sees that she needs from him, but yet the wife is sitting in the corner, not doing anything when it comes to him? Let me tell you what happens. when what's going on with the husband and wife becomes one-sided, resentment sets in, anger sets in, depression sets in, and it is very easy at that point to find yourself talking to someone else who just has a listening ear to understand what's going on. Guys, that is the first clue, that is the first sign to things opening up to ruin your marriage. Listen, I'm speaking to you from experience. Guys, I didn't get this from a book. This part Dr. Banks didn't teach me. Life taught me this. Because I did it. I blew it. I messed up. And I let people get in that shouldn't have gotten in. All because I wasn't willing to just stick it out and make this thing work. Sean said, what if it's vice versa? Listen, it's the same way. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Guys have to understand, men have to understand that if we're not doing what we're supposed to do, and listen, matter of fact, Sean, that's one of the biggest scenarios that I use. If a woman is looking, if let's say a woman's love language is words of affirmation, all she's looking for is to hear from her husband every day how beautiful she is, how much he loves her, how much he appreciates her, how much he trusts her, and that just lights her up. She loves it, but he ain't saying nothing. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. She's gonna leave home depressed, mad, because he didn't even notice the new dress she got on. He didn't even notice the new perfume she's wearing. He didn't even notice the new hairdo she's wearing. But she walks into her job, and some little skinny dude that work in facilities or the mail room looks at her and says, wow, you look amazing today. Wow, I love your hair like that. Is that a new outfit? That little dude who makes no money, just doing nothing, but yet he has said something that now gets the attention. Watch this though. He said something that the husband should have been saying. So this is what I tell guys. Guys, if you want a proof, ooh, I almost said an ugly word. My wife would have killed me. If you want to player proof your marriage, some of y'all know where I'm going. If you want to player proof your marriage, you better open your mouth. You better let that woman know how you feel. You better let her know she's the most attractive thing you've ever seen in your life, and nobody on your job, in the street, at the store, nowhere else can take her place. You better make her know that. I don't care what she looks like. If you married her, you better receive her as that gift and that blessing that God gave you, and you better remind her every single day how much you love her. Because if you don't, some dude who brings less to the table than you have is going to bring something more than you by saying something that you wouldn't open your mouth and say. It's a two-way street, guys. Ladies, y'all better do the same thing. Because I'm telling you, I remember being told, didn't nobody want me but her. Nobody want you but me. I was told that. Kevin said the game is to be sold, not told. That's why y'all gonna get a bill at the end of this call. No. So listen, it doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you own. It doesn't matter what you drive. I'm telling you. Yeah, you're right, Jack. If you don't do the 80%, yeah, the 20% is gone. But listen to me, don't stop at 80%. I'm coming home every day with 115 and trying to figure out how I can get to 120. Because I don't ever want my wife walking out these doors and somebody look at her and go, man, you are gorgeous. How beautiful are you? And she ain't heard that from me. Because if she's heard it from me, guess what? When he says, she can say, I know. It right out. Alright? Alright, guys, let's get to this. Now, we talked about the major needs. Major needs last week, we were talking about a husband's being success and respect. Listen, if you missed last week, if you missed part 1, make sure that you go back on my page and look into part 1. You want to make sure that you're looking at that, okay? Look at part 1 so you get all this together. Success and respect. Success, we need that. Men need that. Ladies, remember my statement from last week. Stop reminding a man of where he messed up. Matter of fact, the saying that I said was, stop reminding a man of where he failed and remind him of when he flew. Man, I'm copyrighting that one. Dr. Banks, you can't use that one. All right. Stop reminding him of where he failed. He knows. Every man in this room, every man listening to me, every man watching this, he knows where he's messed up. He is beating, as a man, he is beating himself up every day because he messed up. You don't have to remind him of that. But remind him of where he succeeded. Remind him of where he did well. Build him up. Ladies, listen to what I'm about to tell you. Especially in the black and the African American community. Please hear what I'm about to tell you. The world is pushing us down. The world does not want to see men of color, any color, elevate. So, it is up to you, wife. I don't care what color your husband is. He has enough struggles in the street. He has enough struggles on the job. Don't make him struggle when he gets to the house. Lift him up. Strengthen him. Remind him of his successes. If he comes in beat down and disgusted and tore up from the floor up and mad because all hell done broke loose in his life, you remind him he's still a king. That's a queen's job. A queen's job is not always to point out where this king screwed up. Because listen, we don't need to hear that. Been there, done that. We need to be reminded of how well we've done and where we've done well. It pushes us to do better in the next go round. Fellas, your turn. Security and love. Listen, she needs that security. I'm not just talking financial. I'm not just talking spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. Everything about her needs to be secure. Watch this. Guys, have you ever noticed that women ask a lot of questions? And some of you ladies probably never even heard this, but watch what I'm about to tell you. We talk about women talking so much. The average woman says 13,000 words a day more than the average man. I got Deborah beat on that. She don't talk that much. All right. I'm a talker. All right. Listen to this. 13,000 more words. What you as a wife need to understand is, or men, what men need, you need to understand, is that when she is not asking questions, that means go back to work, man. When the woman stops asking questions, that means she's okay on a certain level. Now, men, you have to be careful. When she stops talking, period, you got a problem. Ladies, type, tell me something. And listen, y'all start using them hearts and them like buttons. When I say something you like, hit that heart button. I'm glad I just thought about that. Hit it, bump it, a lot, whole lot. All right. But listen, fellas, please understand, when she's asking questions, it's all because she does not have the answers she needs. The answers that she needs create a foundation of security. Once you have that security, she won't have as many questions. You've built that security for her. Now, I'm not talking about what we're going to eat, where we're going for dinner. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about stuff about your relationships. Yes, Lord, silence is deadly. But listen, you need to understand something, guys. You want her secure. In other words, she doesn't have a whole lot of questions to answer. If you really want to bless your woman, watch what I'm telling you. If you really want to bless her, answer her question before she has a question. Give her an answer before she has a question. They're looking for us to lead. Guys, most of us don't even know what that means. My pastor said last night, do you know what it means for a man to lead? It means for him to initiate. It means for him to step out and do something without her saying, hey, have you done so-and-so? And listen, I still fail at that. Listen, my wife still has to remind me of stuff. She still has to remind me of stuff. Why? I got a lot of stuff going on. I forget. Communication to your marriage is like the blood to your life. Amen. But watch this, Kim. Kim, watch this. And make sure you go back and look at last week's video. Actually, the last couple was I talked about communication. Watch this. If you're not communicating properly, you can kill your marriage. We need to make sure that we understand how to properly communicate to one another. That's where we're messing up. We're communicating at the wrong times in the wrong ways, and we're wondering why stuff ain't working. All right. Now, there are 3 components to marriage problems. And then I will say this again, marriage itself was designed by God and cannot have a problem. Let me say that again. Marriage itself was designed by God. It is perfect in His design. It cannot have a problem. Marriage does, however, reveal problems. Whatever is going on in you individually will come out when you get married. It exposes what's really inside you. Sean, when I talk about wrong time, I mean timing and tone. It's when you're having the conversations. You bring up something upsetting at a time when it's already tense. You know, let's say you're in the middle of an argument, all of a sudden you want to bring up something that they didn't do. That's just going to add to the argument. We've got to make sure that the timing is right. Go back and look at the last couple of videos because I do talk about that. All right, so here are the 3 components to personal problems in marriage. Personal baggage, personal needs not met, and perceptions. Let's check it out. Personal baggage. In other words, what crap did you bring with you from the last relationship? You know, that luggage, that baggage that we carry with us. How the last one didn't do me right, the last one said this, the last one told me I was this, the last one treated me like this, the last one cheated, that stuff. We got to get rid of that. I'm going to do baggage claims soon, I promise. Alright? Personal needs not met. If there's an area of need that has never been considered or dealt with by that spouse, that's going to be a place of issue. You got to make sure this little stuff is taken care of. Okay? Perception not clear. That's part of that communication we talked about, Kim. If you're not discussing these things, and if I can't know your point of view unless you tell me. Alright, I'm back. I can't know how to deal with these things unless you tell me. I can't see your point of view if you don't tell me. You gotta make sure I understand what you're talking about. But that takes for us, each individual, to listen, to understand, and not just listening to respond. Stop listening to each other during a conversation just to respond to what they just said. Get an understanding of what they're dealing with and what they're really trying to say, because that's where the problem lies. See, most of the time, most of our arguments in marriage come from surface stuff. We're mad and we fuss about simple surface stuff. But what we have done is we have failed to get to the bottom of it. We have failed to get to the root of the issue. I can't address it on the surface. I got to get to the root cause of it. You know, if somebody comes to see me and does sessions, listen, we ain't talking surface stuff. You mad because he didn't wash dishes? Okay, that's fine. Now, let's dig a little deeper. That's when I take out my scalpel. Because, see, I got to get through. Let me go on and say this. I got to cut through some of the bull so we can get to the root. Because see, here's my thing. I don't want to see couples for 5 years. I don't want to see you for one. Because I want to be able to give you the information and let you go home and use it and get checkups every once in a while and keep on pushing. But we've got to make sure we're doing this properly. Alright. Guys, we really have to take our past into consideration when it comes to our relationships. How you were raised and how your spouse was raised. If you don't understand that going in, that's going to be a place of struggle. But the only way you can know that is if they tell you. You got to understand, they've got to be able to tell you what they're expecting, what they're feeling, what's going on with them. They've got to be able to do that for you. Because if they're not telling you, again, they're teaching you how to love them. But if they're not telling you, then we're losing something. Guys, I know that sometimes marriage seems really difficult. I realize that sometimes marriage seems like a battle. But what we have to realize in marriage is this. In marriage, we are designed to be one. Which means we're on the same page. We're on the same team. How would it look if LeBron and the Cavaliers get out and start shooting in separate baskets? They may be winning, they still got points, but they're shooting in separate baskets. I'm talking the one team. Because you got some teammates shooting in the, watch this, you got some teammates trying to score in the same basket their opponent is. Y'all better hear me. Marriage is about being one. If you can't get that, if you struggle with that, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to lose. And ultimately, at the loss of a marriage, is something called divorce. Trust me. If you've never been there, let's keep it that way. If you've been there once in your life, let's leave it at one. Please understand, you gotta be on one accord. You have to be on the same page, guys. Listen, marriage is God's design. But if we don't know how He designed it, we're gonna mess it up. And this is exactly what has been done for years. Okay? Guys, I love y'all. Listen, I got a couple of announcements I need to get to real quick. Listen, y'all know we're coming back, I promise. But we doing these things in 30-minute segments. I know I've been on a little bit longer today, but listen, we are bringing Real Talk to you. All right? Real Talk Cafe is something that we are doing now. We are coming to you. We are setting up in your home, in your business, in your church, whatever you like to do. As long as you have a minimum of 10 people, you know, we prefer more, but if you got at least 10 people, the host, whoever's hosting, is free. So we need you to have at least another 10 people outside of yourself to host an event. You come to your home. If you have a clubhouse or, you know, at your home, whatever it is, apartment, we'll come to you. Whatever topic you want us to bring, whatever class you want us to provide. Listen, whether it's marriage, single, divorce. Listen, I need to do something soon for my divorcees. All these people who've been divorced and that is scared. Listen, I need to talk to y'all because I've been there. I've been there, done that, okay? But listen, we're bringing it to you. We need you to go to our website, realtalkrelationships.com. You can also send me messages here on Facebook. You can call us, 423-381-0774 is our office number. Leave a message there. We will get back with you. But listen, set something up, man. If you got couples, if you got friends that you know need the same information, listen, set something up. We'll bring it to you, okay? Real Talk Cafe. Also, every week we're back here. Every week we're back here, I promise you. But listen, next week I got something special going on. And if I'm not mistaken, I've set next week for some of my singles, if I'm not mistaken. Married folk, I got y'all covered. But we'll be back, all right? Listen, guys, we love you. We're praying for you. If you need us, call us. But listen, this is what we do. We live, eat, and breathe this. But we want to make sure we're helping couples do the right thing and get it the right way. All right? We love you guys. Thanks again. Share this. Send this thing out. Share it. Let your friends know. Share it on your page, whatever you can do. And leave your comments. Let me know how this is really helping, guys. I want to know that what we're doing is making a difference, that it's really helping you, okay? All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. Peace.